Betelgeuse is an incredibly massive star, about 15 to 20 times the mass of our Sun. It is nearing the end of its life, and as a giant, bright, and luminous star, it will eventually explode in a supernova. Recently, the famous physicist Brian Cox has shared some important information that has got the world thinking. According to Brian Cox, Betelgeuse, one of the brightest stars in the night sky, is a red giant star in the Orion constellation, and it is on the verge of an explosive supernova event. The data from astronomers all over the world confirm that this explosion is indeed coming soon. This has led us to wonder whether we are about to witness a supernova, or if it's just a prediction with no real basis. Let's dive into the potential dangers surrounding Betelgeuse and look more closely at what Brian Cox has warned us about regarding this star's supernova. Betelgeuse is a giant red star of immense size and brightness. It is located in the Orion constellation, specifically at the left shoulder of the constellation. Despite having been visible in the night sky for a long time, it is only recently that scientists have begun to study its features and understand its significance. Stars are generally considered likely candidates for a supernova if they are about 8 times more massive than our Sun. However, Betelgeuse breaks this rule by being over 700 times the size of the Sun and 15,000 times more massive. This makes it one of the most extraordinary stars in our galaxy. The recognition of this star can be traced back to ancient Greece, when the astronomer Claudius Ptolemy noticed the star's position in the sky, though at that time its full characteristics were not well known. Today, with modern telescopes and other advanced instruments, scientists are able to study Betelgeuse and understand its properties more clearly. Betelgeuse is about 8 to 8.5 million years old. While this may seem old in terms of the star's life cycle, it is considered young when compared to the length of time that humans have been on Earth. If we were to visualize the size of Betelgeuse, it would be so large that it could displace the first 4 planets of our solar system, including Earth. Scientists have been fascinated by how Betelgeuse managed to grow to such a massive size. It continues to captivate astronomers as they try to understand the processes behind its growth. Scientists believe that Betelgeuse's size is not just a random occurrence, but rather a phase in the star's life cycle. Currently, Betelgeuse is in its twilight phase. This phase is marked by the star expanding, cooling down, and undergoing changes in its core. At this stage, hydrogen is being fused into helium. The phase that Betelgeuse is going through right now is called the supergiant phase. This phase is a result of millions of years of evolution, involving various stages of change. Over time, Betelgeuse has transformed from a hot blue star into the giant red star it is today. This change in color is due to the star cooling down. The temperature of the surface of Betelgeuse is much lower compared to other stars, including the Sun. While the surface temperature of the Sun is about 5,500 Kelvin, Betelgeuse has a surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin. This cooler temperature is why Betelgeuse shines with a red color. The color of a star, like Betelgeuse, gives us clues about its temperature and condition. It also helps us understand the various processes taking place inside the star. The transformation of Betelgeuse from a hot blue star to a red giant star is part of its life cycle. This change can be connected to the forces of nuclear fusion and gravity. The color of Betelgeuse, though it might seem like just a visual characteristic, is a key indicator of the star's current state. It also tells us a lot about how the star is evolving and the way it exchanges gases within itself. Looking back at ancient texts from the Chinese and Roman periods, we can see that Betelgeuse was once yellow about 2,000 years ago. The first known record of the star being red comes from the 9th century, when Arabic scholars made observations. This gives us a clue about how Betelgeuse has changed over time. Another important feature of Betelgeuse is its brightness. Unlike many stars, Betelgeuse is classified as a semi-variable star. This means that the brightness of Betelgeuse doesn't stay constant. It changes over time. This change in brightness follows a regular cycle that lasts around 400 days. But there is also a longer 5-year cycle that was first documented in 1836 by Sir John Herschel. The changes in brightness have fascinated astronomers because Betelgeuse doesn't follow the typical behavior of other stars. Most stars shine at a steady brightness, but Betelgeuse regularly dims and brightens in an unpredictable way. This irregular behavior has drawn the attention of scientists, who are eager to understand why this happens. In 2019, a mysterious event occurred known as the Great Dimming. During this event, Betelgeuse suddenly began to dim. It lost its brightness at a rate of about 0.1 magnitude per day, and by February 2020, it had reached its lowest level of luminosity in recent history. This dramatic change in brightness was unusual because Betelgeuse is typically visible to the naked eye, even from areas with light pollution. However, during this event, even amateur astronomers noticed that Betelgeuse appeared much fainter than usual. This sudden dimming has led to even more interest in studying the star. The cause of Betelgeuse's dimming is believed to be dark spots, also known as star spots, on its surface. These star spots are regions where the magnetic field of the star is particularly strong. The intense magnetic activity causes cooler areas to appear on the surface of the star. These cooler areas emit less light, causing the overall brightness of the star to decrease. The dimming event is a reminder of the dynamic nature of stars like Betelgeuse, whose intensity can change rapidly due to various factors. The study of Betelgeuse has been conducted using advanced technology, such as the Hubble Space Telescope and the ALMA Observatory in Chile. These instruments have helped astronomers observe the star more closely and gather important data about its behavior. The Hubble Space Telescope, in particular, is useful for studying stars like Betelgeuse because it is sensitive to ultraviolet light. This allows scientists to study the layers of the star's surface, even the ones that are hidden from ordinary observation. In addition to the Hubble Space Telescope, ALMA has provided high-resolution images of Betelgeuse, helping scientists learn more about the star's behavior and physical properties. In February 2021, Betelgeuse went through another dimming cycle. This time, its brightness dropped to a magnitude of plus 1.64. Although this is still bright, it was a noticeable dimming compared to its usual state. The dark spots on Betelgeuse's surface, known as star spots, are key to understanding the changes in its brightness. These spots are much larger than Earth and can cover up to 20% of the star's surface. The more star spots Betelgeuse has, the dimmer it becomes because the cooler, darker areas of the star do not emit as much light. The potential explosion of Betelgeuse has been a topic of great interest because of its proximity to Earth. If the star were to explode in a supernova, it could have serious consequences. Supernovae release huge amounts of energy, and the gamma rays emitted could cause damage to life on Earth by altering DNA. A supernova explosion could also harm the ozone layer, which protects Earth from harmful radiation. However, scientists do not yet know when Betelgeuse will explode. Although data indicates that the explosion may be coming soon, the exact moment remains uncertain. Using telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope, astronomers are able to observe Betelgeuse more closely and gather additional data. Recent findings have shown that Betelgeuse underwent a massive eruption in the past few years, which resulted in the loss of a large portion of its visible surface. This mass ejection, along with the emission of dust clouds, has been an unusual occurrence, further complicating the study of the star. In conclusion, the fate of Betelgeuse is still uncertain, but its behavior suggests that it is nearing the end of its life. Whether it will explode soon or not is still a mystery, but researchers continue to study the star to learn more. The data collected so far, along with new findings from advanced telescopes, provides valuable insights into the processes that occur inside massive stars like Betelgeuse. Whether or not we will witness a supernova in our lifetimes remains to be seen, But the continued research into stars like Betelgeuse helps us better understand the vast and dynamic universe we live in.